Hello, welcome to the channel. This is not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes only. Just talking about random financial things. In this case, I came across this post by OK Air 7380. Ask about MSTY, which is a yield max ETF related to MSTR, which is related to Bitcoin. And it's asking if anybody uses the site, are these projections accurate? First thing, you can never trust anything. I mean, this is trading, and this is very risky type of investing related to these yield max funds. And so, no, you can't. I'm not trying to be a jerk or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, you should always just invest what you're comfortable with and what you're okay with losing. So that's the first question: is no, you can't trust these things. But I figured, it's been a while since I've actually done some charting. I know technical analysis isn't not everybody believes in it. I'm not that great at it. I mean, I'm getting better, I think. Uh, but I thought we could look at this together. This is a Bitcoin here, and as you could see, I'm on the weekly. On the daily, what we see going on right now is there's a massive control bar here and we've lost the 55, which people consider institutional support. I'm just sharing what I've been learning. Definitely not an expert, but you've also seen that the 8-day, 13, they've all broken through the 55, which is never a good sign. They're all tipping down. So that's a bad sign. As far as where BTC has some support, we're kind of right at it right now, right? We're at the support level. You've seen it touch here in this range, right? A few times. Um, and looking back, I mean, it's got a ways to go if you wanted to find another level of support, maybe possibly here, right? Because this is all kind of trading in that same kind of range up here. That might be the next level. The next level might be here. Um, and if you look at it maybe on like a cleaner chart, maybe like on a weekly, you might get some better. You can see like here at 75,000 or so, that 72, sorry. You'll see it's kind of hit a few times over several weeks. So this is definitely a spot where there could be some support. But that's kind of a ways down. If we hopped over to MSTR, um, it still hasn't lost the 55 yet. But it's all tipping downwards. That's on the weekly. God, I'm sorry. Let me get to the daily. On the daily, it has lost support. And I put an anchored VWAP here at the peak. This is when it peaked last back in late November, right after the election. And you can see that we haven't been able to hold VWAP. And so we're below VWAP, we're below the 55-day. All the other indicators are trending down. And so we could be headed down for a bit. I'm not trying to say that. I mean, I own some MSTY myself, so it's not like this is good news or anything like that. But we're kind of at support right here. It's been here before. Kind of here, not really, but here. Um, and so this is just amateur charting on my part. But if you're just looking for other levels of support, right here, I mean, that might be the next level here, right? And so if we were to go try to convert that to MSTY, and you can't, I mean, MSTY obviously mimics MSTY, but it's just a different looking chart given how it trades, right? Because you don't get all the upside if the covered call is blown through, right? You have limitations, so it's not perfect. Okay, so this isn't really ideal, but in this actually have a very kind of a bad looking pattern here. It's this an M pattern, right? I mean, I don't know. Uh, but if you look here, right, I mean, great, I'm drawing where it's at, but this is where the lowest it's been. But this hasn't been around as nearly as much as MSTR has been, so we don't have a lot of history. But we're really on this weekly, we're not doing too well. We've lost all the levels of support. There's not a 55 going yet, so but it's all kind of going bad right now. So to be honest, I kind of think that we're headed for some pain, like on the daily. Now, we could be getting into some pretty oversold territory right now, and maybe we're gonna level off for a bit. But if you're looking for support, I mean, I really don't know where you could draw some support. Like, I mean, we're at support right now. If you look here, if you use that, all right, you use that point here, it's touching it now. It is in this range. It kind of in this range, you have some support. So we're kind of at, it seems like the last little bit of support before we hit, I mean, maybe here. You might have another level of support here. I mean, if you go all the way back to the beginning, I mean, I don't know. It just looks very rough right now. So the only hope is that maybe we reach oversold territory and people start buying it. But once again, this thing's all driven by the underlying, Bitcoin and MSTR. So it's really hard to say what's going to happen. I'm not trying to scare you or anything like that. I'm not trying to get you to worry. And this is not financial advice, not at all. I mean, you know, I'm not responsible for your choices, and I say that because um, I'm just not. I don't want anybody to ever trade on what I'm saying because I'm still figuring it out. But like I said, I do own some MSTY. I think I'm underwater now myself. Yeah. But that's just part of the game, right? But we lost VWAP. We lost VWAP on MSTR. We've lost. I bet we lost VWAP here too. I'm for sure we have anchor VWAP. That the peak? Oh, there it is. So we lost that there. Um, and then if we look at the anchored volume profile, we lost that also. That's up here. So we've lost a lot of levels where you could find some support for it. So it's not looking too pretty. I'm just trying to be honest. I'm not trying to, but something could easily change this in a moment, right? Some announcement, something by Trump about whatever. But but we've been in kind of an overbought range here on the monthly. We're kind of bound for some sort of a correction, it seems. So anyway, I guess I'm rambling on a little bit too long. Um, but I wish everybody luck who owns it, and hopefully we'll get some better results going forward.